everyone. This is Stephanie Jetson here with the Age of Metal. We're here in Orlando, Florida at the House of Blues for the Summer Slaughter Tour. And I'm here right now with Revocation. How are you guys doing?
Awesome. Excellent.
Awesome. So just talk about your experience on Summer Slaughter so far.
So far it's been really good. Shows have been insane. All the bands get along really well. And, we've been playing in front of, just insane crowds every night, so we really can't complain.
Nice. And you guys have been playing some of your new material on this tour. What has the crowd's reaction been so far?
It's been killer. One of the songs people had not heard before, but at this point, everything we're playing has already been released, so I think some people at least already have a sense of the songs, and people have been going apeshit. It's been really wild every night, so it's been really good.
Nice. So what do you guys think of the other bands that are playing on this tour?
They're great. I mean, it's a really, really diverse package. Every band, I think, brings something different to the table. I think if you like various types of extreme metal, this is a good tour to come to.
Nice. Any crazy stories happening so far on this tour?
Just lots of male nudity and alcohol abuse. Pretty standard tour fare.
Right. Sounds like your typical death metal tour. So what's your drink of choice?
I like gin and tonic.
Yeah, G&T's, a nice refreshing drink on a hot day like today. Usually we're just stick to piss-warm PBRs from our van, though. That's the Revocation drink of choice.
Nice. So if you guys want to get these guys a drink, then you heard, right there what they would like. So
PBRs, please. That's right.
I'll do a gin and tonic.
So your self-titled album has just been released to us crazy press people, and we have been giving it some great reviews. What is it like hearing all of this praise for your music?
It's the response has been great, so we've been really happy with it. It's nice, when you toil and work on something for such a long period of time, and then it finally starts, you start seeing reviews come in. It's cool that people, I think, they really get where we're coming from on this one. Overall, I haven't really seen a bad review yet, so we're really stoked.
Nice. I know I loved it, so buy it. So talk about the songwriting or your approaches to songwriting for this album.
Songwriting is usually, it's still the same. Dan contributed a couple songs to this one. So that was, he did a song for our last EP. This is the first time he's done, written for a full-length record. So that was cool. He did 2 songs, and then the other songs I wrote. And it's just sort of always the same process where, we'll come up with the riffs. Whoever's, taking charge of the song, write the riffs, kind of have them in a certain specific order, and then we come in and jam out in the practice space and just sort of flesh it out. It's not a song until, it feels right to us when we're jamming it, because if it doesn't feel right in the practice space, then it's not going to feel right in the studio. So, we work on it for however long it takes for it to be, feel like it's completed. And then, from there, it's like you add in the other layers. So I added in, the vocals and lyrics after all the songs were done. And then same thing with solos. After the song is fully fleshed out and, we know exactly, okay, here's the solo section, that's when we'll go in and say, write the solo, and it's a similar kind of process of riff writing with the solo writing for me anyway. It's sort of like a trial and error. You sit down, jam over the improvise over the solo section for a while, and then you start coming up with different phrases and whatnot that sound good. That's basically how we roll.
Awesome. Did you guys have any specific influences for this album that you haven't had for any of your previous releases?
Lately we've been heavily influenced by Juicy J and 2 Chainz. A lot of trap music is what we've been rolling with, basically. Yeah, Project Pat, a lot of that. Old school 3-6.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest influence on this.
I think you can really hear that sort of dirty South sound come through pretty clearly. So that's the kind of lifestyle we strive for anyway. So
right.
we kind of fit right in line with those guys.
Awesome. So I asked a few of your fans if there's any particular questions that they wanted me to ask you. And one fan wants to know about the distortion that you have incorporated in your record.
The distortion? We played through EVH amps. We played through them live and in the studio. So that's where that guitar sound is coming from. I'm not sure. I think there might have been maybe a pedal, like a tube screamer or something like that in front of it, but I wasn't there when it was getting all mixed down and whatnot. Essentially, what you're hearing is the EVH amp sound in all its glory, and you know, as far as further guitar sound, like when we're using DiMarzio deactivator pickups, and those, you know, help shape the sound and give the attack that I think we got a really aggressive guitar sound this time around. So that's basically from those factors.
And you just incorporated your newest bassist, Brett. How has it been like working with him for this album?
Amazing. Brett, you know, he's just one of those players that any idea you bring to the table, he can just play it immediately. He has a lot of ideas that he brings to the table, stuff that, you know, we really wouldn't have thought to ask a bass player to do. Because he comes from a band, his old band is called East of the Wall, so he's used to playing some really out there shit. You know, even though we're, you know, kind of considered, I guess, an extreme metal band, the bass playing is sort of tame compared to what he's used to. So he definitely sort of pushes our sense of what the bass's role is in the record, and it came out fucking awesome. He was a killer player, so it was awesome to. And he ripped through the record. I mean, he recorded that shit so quickly. It was like a day and a half, or something like that. Or yeah, it was a couple days. But yeah, it was nice. Very good experience.
Awesome. And I think the album artwork is really unique. Would you like to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. Orion Landau. He's the artist at Relapse Records. He's done all of our full lengths since we've been on Relapse, and also our EP. So, you know, working with him again was just a no-brainer. As far as the artwork itself, I can't really speak too much on it. I know I had like a long conversation with Orion about you know, the lyrical themes in the record, and you know, also just the general vibe of like what self-titling a record means to us. And from there, we just sort of let him do his thing. You know, there wasn't really any specific like concept of like, you know, we want this on the record. It was more like, here's the vibe of the record, here's, you know, the subject matter that we're talking about, and however that inspires you. You know, we wanted him to have sort of creative control of the art product, because, you know, he's an artist, and you know, we wanted his vision to be able to come through too. And so far, I feel like the response has been really positive to the album cover as well, because it's a different than a lot of metal album covers out there nowadays. It's like almost like psychedelic or something like that, but it's cool.
So why did you guys choose self-titled for your new album?
I think we kind of had the sense that this is sort of the point in our careers where we feel like we're finally capable of doing anything we kind of want to at this point. And for us, I think this kind of feels like a new chapter of the Revocation saga, in that, you know, Brett is now a part of the band. We have Dan contributing more. I think the four of us are gelling a little more, and we're all sort of learning, you know, what our strengths are and how to feed off each other in that sense. So I feel like that we feel like this is, you know, the best representation of what we've been trying to do, you know, through our whole career. So for us, having it self-titled is kind of a way of letting people know that we're kind of at a new level now. We're somewhere that we've been trying to get to for a while, and we feel like this record we've really accomplished that. So it's kind of like a fresh start in a sense for us.
Awesome. And you guys are doing a lot of touring in support of this album for the next few months. So would you like to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of getting started with Summer Slaughter. I mean, it's been about a week and a half or so. So we got a good at least 3 weeks or 4 weeks to go on Slaughter. Then we go to Europe with Black Dahlia Murder and Aborted. After that, we're doing another tour in I think November. We can't announce it yet, but it's going to be a thrash metal package, but it should be a good one. Yeah.
Awesome. Looking forward to both of those.
Thanks.
So, this is the last question. Do you guys have a message for the fans or anything?
Just check out the album. It drops August 6th. Pre-orders are up. You know, there's limited edition vinyl and all kinds of cool shit you can get. You get the Japanese version. You get a cover of Dyer's Eve on it, which came out really badass. And yeah, just come see us on tour. You know, support their album, support us, and come fucking rage in a circle pit and drink piss warm PBRs.
Awesome. So that was Revocation. Like they said, they have a new album that will be releasing in August, and they have a lot of tours that are in support in Europe and in North America. So definitely check out those if they're coming to your area. And thank you for watching. Stay metal.
Building up your empire, while your enemy says to sound right.